everybody, and welcome to another hair-raising, fun-filled, expeditious episode of Radiorama, where, as the name implies, I show you how to work on radios. But sometimes other things show up on the channel. If you've been on here long enough, you know that's true. You never know. I don't know what the model number is. Let's see if it says in the back. I know Magnavox used tiny little printed pieces of paper for their model numbers. Does it really matter? No, I don't think it does matter. I mean, if you're really concerned about it, take a picture of this and use Google Lens, and it'll tell you what model it is. But anyway, it's a big honkin' radio. It says it's stereo. I believe that it's only stereo if you had an additional speaker. In fact, I kind of wonder, did this come with another speaker? When you start getting the early stereo, you could buy the stuff piecemeal. It was like either you could buy the radio, and if you needed an additional speaker, then it'd be a stereo. If you could buy a multiplex. This does not work, by the way. I tried it. Nothing happens. And I'm not even sure if there's maybe a fuse or something, but it's dead. It's deader than a doornail, so let me remove the back and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so here's the back removed. It's interesting. It's kind of a hybrid chassis. You've got stamped steel and PC board. It's all very flimsy looking. Anyway, a pretty respectably large speaker for a table set. We've got a little tweeter over here. And this is the additional speaker connection. This is the audio input for a phonograph. Let's see, we got a 50C5 and a 12AX7. Actually, it looks like it's push-pull 50C5. And so I'm guessing that probably makes it sound a little bit better, I guess. What does this go to? If that's the second output transformer, then I'm assuming... Yep. That's it. This is probably not hardly ever in use. Anyway, like I said, nothing happens, so I'm going to plug it in and see if I can see any life back here. Okay, let's test fire. And I don't see any pilot lamp. Nothing. Well, I do see... Okay, I've got filament on the amplifier section. But there's nothing happening in the tuner section. So there's, in my opinion, there's probably several filament strings in here. There's probably 2 filament strings. And something is out in this filament string. So either it's a bad tube, well, actually, that is probably the multiplex adapter. And it's not lighting either. And I'm not sure if that's part of the filament string for the tuner. Of course, I'm too lazy to... Ooh, I just found the reason why it's not working. I didn't see that. Well, I better look up the model number then, because I need to see if I have that tube handy. Alright, well, could find no reference to this model online except for one picture. I'm going to make an educated guess. I'm going to guess it's probably the equivalent of an ECC 85 tube, which I do have in stock. I'll try that, and if it's not that, it's going to be a 19 T8 maybe. Alright, well, I came to the museum this morning, and we have the 17C9 tube, and it's weird. It has a center pin. So I'm going to install this and see if that fixes it. Well, installing the new tube didn't do anything at all. No sound. And then I just saw this. What I was doing is I was feeling to see if this resistor is warm, and when I did, I noticed it was very wiggly. In fact, it's come completely loose. So someone probably pushed down on that, and it's broken the leads, and that's probably killing B plus somewhere. And man, getting this out of here is not going to be the best thing ever. There's 10,000 things holding this in. Alright, well, I was fooling around with this thing and discovered that... Oh, shit! Luckily I didn't break anything. Anyway, this resistor has come loose. So I need to take this board out, peek underneath it, see what kind of damage is there. Well, to much of my surprise, it turns out the entire chassis comes out in one piece. And here is the leads that I just repaired. Now, will it work? We'll find out just momentarily. You guys missed the fireworks. So unfortunately, one of my tools got stuck underneath this thing, and it shorted out. And it caught the carpet on fire. The good news is that it actually works.
Together to have and educators at NAB.
FM works too, but it needs an antenna. See, I can come over here and touch that. Well, let's see. I'm trying to do this one-handed. All right, so I do need to replace some of the electrolytics in here. This guy right here is probably not long for this world. This looks like it's a replacement, so I might just leave that alone, but this guy for sure needs to go. All right, well, I was able to pull that old electrolytic cap out of here. Here it is. And what I do is I put a little mark on the capacitor and the board so I can tell which is which. But I can tell already that that is negative. No doubt in my mind it's negative because all this other shit's connected there. So now we got these two new electrolytics, and they will be mounted to the top. Okay, so all the capacitors have been replaced. And now I'm going to clean the cabinet. And I apologize to the future people watching this episode. I know it's very haphazard, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. All right, the radio's all back together again, and this is probably the lamest episode that I've ever filmed. But because I've decided that I have to put everything up online, rest assured you'll be seeing this probably in the not so distant future. I'm not talking to myself, I'm doing one of my radio show. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. These guys are disrupting me, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.